Straightport's R&B choices, Hot Jazz 1021, KDKS, Sounds of Stokely, and She. So the circus is in town, man, and I got somebody here to tell you all about it. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes chopping it up about a little bit of everything, man. I never knew that I would be to the point where I'd say, oh yeah, I'd have a beer with the Ringmaster before. I never knew that, but yeah, you are, let's have a beer worthy, bro.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I am your Ringmaster, Johnathan Lee Iverson, with the Venardos Circus, the little circus that could. We are spreading the word of wanderlust here in the beautiful city of Shreveport, Riverview Park. Come on out, folks. We opened up last night. We'll be there until March 15th. March 15th. Get your tickets at venardoscircus.com or just walk up to the box office. But the tickets are going fast. People really love the show. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just, one of those spectacular experiences that really takes you away. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes circus so magical and so inspiring, because it transcends so many things. When you see people who are immersed in their art to the point where they're risking their lives to put a smile on your face, they're joy peddlers. It really breaks down all sorts of walls and barriers, and you will never, ever experience a more diverse audience than a circus audience. And so that's one of the reasons I love it. I always feel like we're missionaries. We're peddlers of joy. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, you sell that dope. You sell that dope. You really do. It's like circus is probably one of those things that we take for granted. When we were kids, we probably got excited about it. As we grew older, it happened, but it happened in the background. But
right.
What you just said, the way you just said it, I'm like, okay, all over again. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, why haven't I been checking this out?
Well, here's the thing. You don't have to sell what you believe in. It's what I tell people when I consult them about public speaking and presentation. I do that, as a side venture I'm building up. But it's really one of the things I tell people in their public speaking. Listen, if you're passionate about your message, if you focus on the message, you won't worry about yourself. Because most people, why are they scared of public speaking? Because you're scared of public humiliation. I come from a different place where, listen, you're 40 feet up in the air on a trapeze rig. The perspective is different. You're not going to lose your life. I always remind people the worst thing that can happen to you when you stand in front of an audience is, well, you may miss a line, you may crack a note, what have you. You'll live. If you can get yourself out of the way. And I am in a really advantageous position as a ringmaster. I don't have to do anything dangerous. I present what I believe are gods for that moment. They're gods. Why are they gods? Why are you saying that? Somebody's going to call me for blasphemy.
You in the South, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to explain it. Well, first of all, Jesus himself said, are you not gods? And we are in his image. But I say gods because when you're behaving in the manner in which God created you to be, when you're aligned with your purpose, you are acting in the image God made you for. It is God who has made us and not we ourselves. If you think about it that way, you don't see microwaves trying to behave like televisions, a tree trying to be a bee. You behave in the manner in which you were made and created for, and you do emulate what God put in you. So some of us can fly. Some of us can talk to animals. Some of us can do daring things. And when you're doing that, and you can see it when these performers go out there, it's the most exhilarating and inspiring thing, because you can really tell they were made for that. And it may be absurd to the outside world, but when you really see it, case in point, God rest his soul. Why did Kobe Bryant resonate with so many people? People who never pick up a basketball in their life. The same thing with Michael Jordan. Like, I look at the generation that grew up with Kobe. He was their Michael Jordan. If that happened to Michael Jordan when I was growing up, I'd be in a psych ward right now. Michael was it.
So I did lose it over limb bias.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, I lost it over limb bias.
Right. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. So I always tell people that the reality is, when you connect to the thing that God put in you, and we call it wanderlust in the show. It is that wanderlust. It is that, God doesn't leave everybody alone. He gives you these little markers. He gives you that's what your curiosity, your imagination's for. Forget about your situation. If you can tap into that thing that just keeps gnawing at you, And if you're daring enough to go for it, you're going to be surprised. A whole world opens up to you that you can't even plan out. I'm a trained opera singer. Okay, so I started out in the Boys Choir of Harlem,
Right.
which was just, and it was on a whim. We were sweeping the floor Christmas of 1987 to out myself, me and my mother, and she goes, well, I heard of this choir. You think you want to be in it? You think you want to try it? I always wanted to travel.
Right.
So I always had to. I was in New York, and I just love cultures. I would enjoy hearing the different languages. So I was immersed, and I was like, man, I love to travel. So I saw these boys on like the CBS special something, and I thought, man, they look like me. Well, they do it. I could do that.
Right.
So I got in the choir.
You still get your jacket?
What's that?
You still get your jacket?
Oh, with my
Your choir jacket?
Oh no. They keep all that stuff.
Oh.
They keep all. But I got in choir audition, got in, and I thought I'd just get on a jet right away. No, it was like 18 months, the hardest 18 months of my young life. But I tell you, I learned everything I needed to know in that 18 months. You learn grit, you learn how to suffer, you learn how to work for something, you learn how to work hard and be disappointed over and over again. And like that, suddenly I started performing and I started getting out, and it led me to the Hart School of Music, where I went on scholarship to study opera, and I was on my way to Europe to further my studies, and boom, somebody said, hey, what would you think about being Ringmaster, Ringling Brothers? And I'm going, what? And they said, oh, but don't worry, listen, we want a singing ringmaster. Like, I didn't know the circus has
It's a musical.
It's a renowned musical legacy. You would know with 5-ton elephants and 700-pound tigers, who's going to pay attention to you?
They sell it with that.
Yeah, listen.
So when we come back, we're actually going to talk about circus.
Yes.
But check this out. I'm going to say this. I've been listening to the commercials for the circus since they've been running. They're wasting their money. They need to let you just come and do this. I promise you there are people compelled. I'm looking, Britt, I'm going to try to get you some tickets. My friend Brittany was the first person to text and say her and her daughter love the circus. So I'm going to try to hook you up, Britt. But when we come back, we will talk to the Ringmaster actually about the circus. Here's James. Don't walk away. Your R&B choices, High Jams, 102.1 KDKS. Good morning. Dude, that's dope. Let's go. Truth Hurts, your R&B choices, High Jams, 102.1 KDKS. And I'll be hanging out with a Ringmaster. First time. It's been circuses come through here before. I don't know if the Ringmaster has ever really been this engaging, talking to me before. I think it's the first time. What kind of beer do Ringmasters do? No, I'm playing. So you are the Ringmaster. Tell me about the things that you bring out. Tell me about the acts,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at the Venardos Circus, I mean, obviously our acts come from all over the place. We have Cuban acts and several American acts as well. One of my favorite acts among them is the Acosta duo. They're a beautiful couple, married couple, Manuel and Illinois Acosta. And they do a fantastic hand balancing act. They do this fantastic aerial act. And they do this rollabola act, which really just causes me to lose at least 3 pounds in water weight every time I introduce it.
Because
rollabola. So what it is basically there's like this little plank they put on a cylinder and they balance it out. And so they stand on, the husband, he stands on that and he balances it out. But while he's doing that, he has his wife up in there and they're doing all sorts of things. I mean, it's crazy. And then she goes down and puts the rollerbola on herself and he goes and balances on. It's just, it's nuts. It's something you don't, like, it's beyond your imagination. And you're sitting there going, how do people sit up here and think one day, let me try that?
Right.
Because that's what I do. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I'm still fascinated by circus people. Right. I mean, because it is the science of miracles. Right. And it's just this fascinating thing of people being so daring and having the audacity to go, why don't I try this? Why don't I fly like this? Why don't I do this with my body? And to see them build their bodies to do it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever at a time, but that amount of time, but the hours and the weeks and the perspiration and the pains that they put in just to do that, it's really just, it's uplifting, man. I mean, you can't leave a circus, in my opinion, or even live among them, which I have, and not feel like, you know what, I got to do better with my life.
Okay. Hey, so last night you opened here in Shreveport.
Yes.
Theater, of course. Tell me when you noticed the big, because that is
it's
a
funny
expression, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So tell me when is that when you noticed the big one?
Yeah, we live for the big
Right.
It's funny. We notice it the minute people walk inside the tent. We set up an environment of, of how do I say it? Just of release. And people feel it when they come in. I think that's the charm of the circus. Right. It's like all are welcome. There's no judgment. We're all enjoying that very basic human need we have, is to see beyond ourselves. And we know that's what we're going to get. And also how the seats are set up, every seat is a front row seat. There are no bad seats. It's such an intimate engagement. And I think that's what really drives people. I mean, the moment I come out, people are just, they're on the edge of their seats. We have a pre-show, so they're already hyped up by the time the actual show starts. Pre-show is an hour before each and every show we do. So, by the time I hit the stage to start introducing the actual show, people are ripped and ready, and they're high on cotton candy and popcorn and lemonade. So, it's just the best thing. Just to see people just free and that kind of escape to enjoy the great acts we have. And it's called Wanderlust, and that's what we're pushing this year. The particular theme of the show is Wanderlust, really encouraging people to really go after their dreams, to really live what you love, because we were just a pipe dream in 2014. We borrowed a tent, we borrowed equipment, we barely had any money, but the biggest dreams attract some good people, and today we're playing over 45 weeks in 28 different cities in the United States, and we're growing.
And as far as circuses go, that's like the standard. Like, you're right there about where.
Yeah, we're getting there. When you had the great big shows of the past, like Ringling Brothers and Barnaby, or even currently Universal, they have those 45 to 48 week engagements. They're playing 40 cities or so, plus cities. They have a big demand. They already have a big audience that they can attract. Universal, gosh, that show, man, I envy that show because they can get away with so much. It's so much fun to watch that show. I always have a good time when I go there. And really many other circuses, just to see the spirit of it. The spirit is the same. It's like people just want to escape. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy themselves. And you're going to get that with Venardos Circus.
So, as a ringmaster, I think you have one of the prerequisites, a reason that I can't ever be a ringmaster. How tall are you?
Oh, I'm 6'4".
Yeah. Is that just, I said, oh yeah, he's a ringmaster. They're either really, really tall?
No. Yeah. There's no in between.
No,
that's true. They're probably short and portly. Right, but the one thing is, the real key to ringmaster is presence. People look for you to have presence, and I think the presence is so vital because it is a testament to your enthusiasm. It's a humbling position because I just get paid to dress well. That's all. I'm a big fan.
Wow, what an existence. I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, man, tell us real quick how we can see this online or get some information online. And give me your social media credentials.
Okay, well, you can always follow us on any social media forum at Venardos Circus. That's VENARDOS, VenardosCircus.com. You can get your tickets there, or you can come up to the box office at Riverview Park and get your tickets. You can follow me online, any social media forum. I'm The Last Ringmaster, is one word, The Last Ringmaster, so you can follow me. You can argue with me on Twitter. Because
that's what we do.
You can cancel me.
There you go.
We can have fun. It's a great adventure. You'll enjoy yourselves. We're out there. We love to hear from you on social media. We love to hear from you how we can serve you better as entertainers. Come to the show and then share your pictures, share your videos. We encourage that strongly. When you come to our shows, whip out the devices. We want you to have those memories for yourself.
All right, tonight through the 15th. We've got your tickets, so keep listening. We got a chance for you to win your way there, but you can go to where's the box office?
It's right there at Riverview Park, right there. Like you can just walk up to the tent and get them there, or look, be an early bird. Go to VenardosCircus.com.
There you go.
VenardosCircus.com and get your tickets.
All right, thanks for coming by, man.
No, thanks for having me.
I had an absolute ball.
KDKS. The only station to hear.
You're about to take my job, Playboy. Shreveport's
No,
R&B
sir. You the
choice.
king. You the king.
High Jams 1021 KDKS. Good morning. That's dope.